Welcome back to AV Veterans Talk. We're continuing our conversation with this week's guest, Carter Green. So, Carter, L-1011 project came to an end, and which is kind of strange. It seems like they could just keep building that airplane forever.
No, they had a lot of problems because the economy went down 3 times from 72 to 1981. When they 82 they made the decision, I think it was, or 83, to cancel the program, take out all the tooling, and cut it up.
Yeah.
Because they really hadn't made any money. They get going really good, and then the economy would go down. They had to lay so many people off. They keep it to production. They're real slow, so they can get up going. And then 3 times they had to get going, hire new people because old people had other jobs. They had learning curve again, and so they just cost was just overboard. And they U2 program and the SR-70 overhaul program kept it going. Their military part kept it going.
Yeah.
And so they never made a profit on it. They built 250 L-1011s, and Douglas built 400 DC-10s that were just about the same size.
Yeah.
And so it was just too much competition.
Competition between the two. Remember the last ship you painted? Was it the last ship? The last L-1011, or you had moved out by then?
I don't remember the last one we did actually was after the production was gone. They had 5 airplanes they built without a buyer.
Yeah.
They called them whitetails, and they sold them. So we painted one of those after I came back. I went down to Burbank for 5 months because they were taking the tooling out. There was just nothing for us to do. So luckily they could transfer us down there.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I got into Skunk Works, and that was really interesting. But anyway, so we came back in '84, and that's when they started bringing the production line for the P3 up from Burbank, and then '85 they got the second batch of C5, the C5Bs that Reagan decided to build, and we built the tail section and some of the structure for the floors, and it was quite a bit of work.
Oh yeah.
And so we painted the whole exterior of the tail, and we took, the horizontals are longer than the wings of the P3.
Yeah.
So it was quite a bit of work, and so we kept working on those 2 projects until '91, and then when the last P3 was gone, I got laid off for 5 years. And then finally got called back in '96 and worked on the F-117.
Yeah.
On some assemblies, some repair work on that.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. And
yeah, that F-117, the technology, there was even technology into the paint of that airplane.
Oh yeah.
Because it was supposed to be radar absorbing type of paint. So when it came to taking care of those aircraft, that was probably a different process.
Yeah.
To put that down. It's probably still a secret.
Yeah, it's pretty still.
Yeah, and I know once again you delve into things, but it's like the F-22 Raptor. Now, did you deal with the painting on those? And do they use the same technology in the paint?
A little bit different.
A little bit different.
It's in the F-35 is a little bit different from the F-22, and I don't know much about the F-35 because I only worked on a few of the sub-assemblies, and we didn't do any of the exterior work.
Right.
But, the F-22, for my last 10 years, we did sub-assemblies for the wings and the tail, and we did the exterior paintings as well. So it was quite a bit of work involved. So it really was good. And so when I retired in 2011, they only had like 5 or so aircraft to deliver, but we still had like 10 sub-assemblies to do.
Yeah. So the time came down. You did retire. Boy, you put a long time in aerospace, didn't you?
Yeah, right. Well, with the Air Force and everything, I guess that was 45 years, something like 46 years.
It's quite a long record, and you couldn't just walk away from it even when you retire, because I see you at more air shows and events and everything. You have that love for
Yeah.
You're the wing nut like we all are, and as you go around and you enjoy to see the labors of your work. Isn't it amazing when you look at a 117 now sitting in a museum?
Yeah.
You know, and you're going like, wow, it seems like that was just yesterday, right? And that technology is so cutting edge.
Yeah, and it's been a lot. Because when I went down to Burbank, I worked on sub-assemblies for the 117. I had no idea what it looked like. And that was in 1983. Had no idea what it looked like, and some of the men I worked with, they were able to go to the production line in another building, but I never got over there. So it wasn't until the Air Force in 1989 or 88 when they released the pictures of the F-117 that I knew what it looked like.
What it looked like.
They had that model, Revell came out with that model F-19 or whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird looking thing.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Nothing like it at all.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. You're working on it. You have no idea what it looks like. So that's a typical in a lot of aerospace, naval stuff too.
Right.
So anyway, but you're retired now, living up here in the Antelope Valley, and all is good.
All is good. Like Chris said in the last program, it's just a wonderful place to live, and
it is.
It's quiet where I live, and the house we have, enjoy. We got it like we like it.
Yeah.
And where else? You could probably go someplace else, but travel a lot, so that
See on your jacket, of course, you're P-38 fan.
Yeah.
Everybody that works at Lockheed is a P-38 fan. So, and I see you down at Plains of Fame. You go to a lot of the first Saturday of the month programs down there, and you still get around. So, anyway, thank you for coming in and
you're welcome. Thank you for
being a part
having
of
me.
the show. And I think people will be interested to think that once again, another aspect of aviation when it comes to corrosion control and paint is just not simple as a paint can.
Yeah.
And it's a massive undertaking that is done every day. It's going on right now as we speak. So anyway, and thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's tough. I didn't do anything heroic. And,
neither did I.
well, I don't know. Except you kept those birds flying. So anyway, well, that's it for now. So we'll say goodbye to Carter, and we'll see you next time. I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.